Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. I'm Gerry. With me are Max and Edward. All right, David will not be joining us today. He has scurvy. Yeah. So every single week, we are going to be bringing you transfer rumors because it's December. We don't have much till the window opens, and some of these might even be real. So let's go through these one by one. I've accumulated a great deal. Most of them are in various publications, but some are on Twitter. So take all this with a grain of salt. First, there's been a lot of rumblings about Christian Benteke earlier this week. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we need a big target man. He would fit the bill, and Big Sam has worked with him before. This is true. All right, so I think we wouldn't object to him coming in and holding the ball up for us some, right?
Yeah. I mean,
how much are we paying for him? That's a good question.
I know that's kind of the thing that's the big question mark over it.
I think I'd pay about 15 million.
If we go over 20, then
yeah,
I have enough.
I think we'd probably go to 30 if I'm honest. I think we would.
See, the whole thing I see with this, Benteke is basically, it just doesn't feel right going for Benteke. There's no point, because I've already addressed this, but what Benteke does, Calvert-Lewin and Niasse do. Like, Calvert-Lewin wins headers, Niasse wins headers, Benteke wins headers. Benteke is strong, Niasse is strong, Calvert-Lewin is strong. It just feels pointless getting in another player that we've already got.
It's level of consistency. So even though I'm not Benteke's biggest fan, he does do it at a certain level of consistency, a lot more than Niasse and Calvert-Lewin. So I could understand why.
Although not really this season.
I know he hasn't had the greatest of seasons, but he's been proven. You know, he's been proven to do it consistently over the last few years. So.
And he was injured for part of this season as well.
So.
But he did miss a penalty, so let's make sure if we do get him, not have him on penalties.
I wouldn't put him on those anyway. I'd let Rooney keep going.
On the what, Gerry?
It's a PK. All right. So, yeah. But honestly, though, just to kind of wrap up, I do think he's bigger, he's stronger than any of the guys we've got. I think he is better in the air than Calvert-Lewin. He may not have. I think he's less likely to be muscled off a header in the box than Calvert-Lewin would be. You know what I mean? Like those dead balls coming in, you got these huge center halves, you know, trying to bump you off the ball, trying to literally bump you as you're jumping. Benteke's a bigger frame. He's harder to bump off, you know? I don't know. But he doesn't have the pace he used to have before his Achilles injury. It's okay. It's just not quite as fast as he used to be, you know? Still a big dude, though, you know? Yeah, so we have differing opinions. However, it may not matter because a story just came out today where supposedly he said he wants to stay at Crystal Palace. But that could be crap. You know, that stuff happens all the time. They put out fake stories. Oh, he wants to stay, right? Yeah, Leighton Baines wants to leave, so, you know, he's going to go to Man U, right? No, this happened years ago. Okay. So, yeah, this kind of stories come out all the time. All right. Next, big money buy. We were rumored to have already bid for this guy, along with Arsenal.
I'm getting excited.
About £42 million, supposedly. He's a winger, and he's Mexican, and he's tiny. His name's Irving Lozano. All right. I know a lot about this guy, actually.
Wait, because I think I know who you mean. Hang on.
Yeah, he plays for PSV. So far this season, I mean, he's doing great.
Got a few goals, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got goals and assists. He looks...
Yeah.
Here's the deal, guys. I watched him a lot because he plays for the Mexican national team, right? And I watch a lot of U.S. national team. This guy, when you watch him play, he's the quickest guy on the field, period. He is rapid, all right? However, his game will remind you a lot of Ademola Lookman. It's like the same game. Short, tiny, slight of frame, gets fouled a lot because he's so much faster than other people. They just chop him down, all right? So he wins a lot of free kicks. And he's got a decent shot on him. But he's little, guys. He is a little guy. I don't know if he's 42 pounds worth, guys.
Yeah.
42. Well, if he's 42 pounds.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if he's 42 million pounds worth.
Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't bother.
Yeah, I mean the market is quite absurd, as has been shown over the last few years. So I mean, as we've seen with Klaassen, you know, going for a player in the Dutch league, it can take quite a lot of time to settle in, particularly if he's got a smaller frame and he's not matched to the physicality. So
Plus,
yeah,
we've already got Lookman and Vlasic as well, who are both younger and probably better.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he is just to lay this out there, though. I mean, he is a game changer. You put him in, and you got somebody who can go by people and get forward in a hurry. I'm not saying he's not a good player. That's what I'm saying. I feel like we've already got that. You know.
And Balassi when he comes back.
Assuming he's back up to speed. You know, like actual pace.
Do you reckon he'll come back for Chelsea? Actually, I'll leave that for them.
I don't know. But anyway, so Irving Lozano, they call him Chucky. All right. Good player. I don't know if we necessarily need him. B, I don't know if we're gonna pay that much. All right. That's
No point.
Now, Man U were connected with him in recent years, so he's talent, guys.
Yeah, but Man U ain't linked with everyone.
This is true. All right. So next, Wabi Khazri.
Oh, I've heard that name.
We've been connected with him mainly because Big Sam has worked with him at Sunderland.
He was Sunderland, wasn't he? I knew I heard his name.
All right.
Don't want him.
still at Sunderland.
No, he's on loan right now at Rennes in France. And he's doing well there. They've been playing him at striker, which is weird. When you watch this guy's highlights, his highlights look a lot like the kind of thing you would see from Sigurdsson, except faster.
Yeah.
And not as big. Okay.
Yeah.
He is a good. He will get a lot of assists. He's better than I was expecting. When I watched his highlights, I was expecting I wasn't expecting as silky of a player as he is. He does. I mean, he can play some ball, guys. It just depends on. I don't necessarily know that we need him either.
Yeah, it just feels like most of these are going to be. Do we really need them? Because if they're all similar players to what we've already got, there's really no point in wasting the money. I think really the only ones we're looking for, possible left back and a centre back, and maybe a striker, but that's it. Like, there's no point in looking anywhere else because we're already filled in that position, and we've got differences in each one.
I agree. I agree with that completely.
Yeah, I hesitate to go for any redundancies right now, and I don't think Big Sam's going to do that. I mean, everything he's said recently has been, we're not going to be getting that many players in January. We've got a huge squad. So in order for us to get more players in, we're going to have to get rid of some. That's a later video, guys.
I think that would be probably better to do.
Yeah. So, but I will say, though, better than I thought he was. All right? A much better player than I realized. All right?
Yeah.
Tunisian international. We'll be able to watch him in the World Cup. All right? Next.
Unlike USA.
Oof. I'm not going there. But I will say there was a time about 20 seconds ago when I liked Edward. We mentioned this guy before. More whispers about him. Kevin Gameiro, Atletico Madrid. On Twitter there are people who are saying it's a done deal. I still have yet to see any serious journalistic efforts to connect us with him. They just say it's a rumor. That's all they really say. All right. I've heard that he's coming on loan, and then I've heard that Atletico won't let him go on a loan, which is why Valencia are not interested in him. All right. It's weird because they do need to get rid of him because they're bringing in Diego Costa. He'll be able to start playing. So Gameiro being out makes sense. I don't know. He's a good player.
Yeah, he is. I think he's proven that he can perform consistently at the top level. I mean, the type of transfer activity that he's been through in his career. I mean, particularly the jump from Sevilla to Atletico. You know, it kind of indicates that he's a player that's on the up, really. As you say, that with Diego Costa coming in, that's the perfect reasoning for him. I mean, it's not exactly getting pushed out the door, is it? Really, it's just like, you know, we're bringing Diego Costa in. There's not much more. There's nothing we can do for you, really. So
if you want to play,
yeah, exactly. So a jump to the Premier League at a team like Everton at the moment, it seemed like it would probably do his career good.
Nah, too old as well. I'm sorry, but unless they're like 27, 26 or lower, don't really want them, because he's at 30 now and he's going to lose a lot more pace.
What about that guy we signed this past summer? He's playing some games for us. He's got 10 goals. Rooney?
Yeah, but
Am I pronouncing that right?
That was sentimentality. And because of the fact we've been linked with him so long, and because he's a part of the club, basically, it just... I don't know. It just doesn't... It doesn't... No point, in my opinion.
Well, I think if
don't get me wrong, he's a great player, but...
No, exactly. I'm at that stage now where if he's a great player, then I'd have him at Everton, really. I think we really are at a weird stage in the club's history where I think we just need to bring quality players in that can perform as soon as they come in. So I'd welcome them with open arms.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if we can get a deal and we're not overpaying for older players, I'm a lot more fine with that. You know,
yeah, okay.
Because we didn't overpay for Rooney. We got quite a bargain on him, mainly because we were giving him that guy that scored a lot of goals for us in the past. All right, so yeah. So Kevin Gameiro, good player. We're just not sure what kind of money we're looking at. All right, if we're looking at all. All right, Adama Soumaoro. Have either of you heard about this guy? Okay, so I actually kind of like this rumor, all right, because this seems like a Walsh special. He's a center back from Lille, who technically he can play across the back line a decent amount, so he can play left back if we need to, but he's mainly, I think, a left-sided center back, but he plays center back, all right?
What's his name again?
Adama, and it's Soumaro, Soumaoro. I don't know completely how to say that, all right? But he's a good player. He hasn't played all their games this season because he had an Achilles injury earlier in the season. But he's back and he's looking good. We'd be able to get him for anywhere from 20 to 30. All right, probably a bit more like between 20 to 25. Lille's having some financial trouble, supposedly, and they would be open. And I think he's got a release clause, actually, guys. So I did my best. I found anything I could find on him, like video-wise, and the only stuff I could find were like goals he had scored on like set plays, which I'm okay with. But I would like to see like an entire game of highlights. You know, see every
25 years old, right-footed, 6'1".
Yeah, he's 6'1", so he's not huge. What's the last time Big Sam got a big center back from the French league?
Kone?
Kone is who I was thinking of. And it worked out well when he was there, and they worked together. So I'd love to have a new young
one for you. Would you go for Kone again?
We talked about that last week in our transfer rumors, I think. And the reaction was all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're all, yeah.
Maybe not.
So I think we're all, it's an unknown quantity. It's hard to know how to react. I kind of like it, though. It's not as expensive as it could be for a center back. So
I'm not too sure. I think we need to see what Funes Mori is like when he gets back. We need to see what he's like first, and then sort something out.
There's a point. If he's back in January the way he was scheduled to be, we'll see. Or actually able to play and train. Maybe not back.
Yeah, I haven't seen much about him, actually.
Not at all. You'll see us on game day, and he's like in Italy. You know?
Yeah.
It's weird.
He did have a barbecue the other day to celebrate the win.
He's always having a barbecue.
Lucky.
Next, we have to mention Stefan de Vrij from Lazio. And you know what's going on with him, Max. But we all know he's a good center back for the most part. Dutch.
I think it tends to be a trend where a lot of centre halves to play in the Italian league. If they find that they're suited to the Italian league, I think they're quite happy to stay there. And Inter have beat Juventus to his signature, so that one was off the cards.
Yeah, and Inter is actually at the top of the table in Serie A, where they were last time I checked. And
we're ninth. Does that mean anything?
A little. It's not as bad as it was. So yeah, I think we know we're probably not going to get him, but still we were linked with him. So there's that.
I would have liked him.
I mean, we were probably interested. Next, Ezri Konsa from Charlton, one of Lookman's friends that he's played with on the national team.
Oh, friend.
Friend. I actually get that.
Mm-hmm.
My American ass gets that reference. Just saying. But the way this fits in, though, is Everton's new policy of buying the best English talent out there and overpaying a little bit if they need to.
Yeah.
And it's starting to look like a solid policy because we're able to actually fit some of these people in. Young player. He's been at Charlton. We'd never heard of Alamola Lookman much either. So, we'll see. If he's on the one of the youth setup national teams, I feel okay about it.
He was an unused substitute in the under-20 World Cup victory, so he's obviously a promising young player if he's making the under-20 squad for England.
Yeah. At this point, I'm trusting our system of identifying good young players. So that would actually go along with Malik Wilkes from Leeds, who's 19. He's a forward, and like you said, you recognized him, Max, from he's on loan at
Accrington Stanley.
Yeah, I heard his name as well.
He's got 2 or 3 goals this season. Young guy. People are saying some good stuff about him. I don't know if it's going to happen, but again, we're connected with him. Supposedly, we've scouted him recently. Being
linked with all this English talent is really weird. It feels like we're becoming Spurs in a sense because they've brought in so much English talent through there. They sold off Gareth Bale, and they've just brought in all this English talent, and now it's working for them. So
maybe they see as buying those English talent that young as being less of a risk because they know the city, they know the country, they know the system. They've been around, there's less of an adjustment period. The last 3 connections, all right, are none of them are English. Jean-Fiet Arp from Hamburg or Hamburg. He's a striker. And we're scouting him along with Spurs, I think. Another young guy. I know very little about him. I doubt we're going to buy him. We're just connected with him. So there's that.
French connect. Is he French?
Well, you know what? I think I mispronounced that. Jan-Fiet Arp. All right? Jan-Fiete. All right? I've never seen a name like that. I've seen Jan, but that's it. Yeah, don't know a whole lot about him. Who knows? I doubt that's going to happen, but it's a very Walsh thing to dig up players you've never heard of and make them work.
Yeah.
All right? Speaking of player, this player I had not heard of recently, but I remembered him from past. Demagoj Vida from Kiev, from Dynamo Kiev. All right? Big center back, but he can actually play across the line as well. Kind of a big toughie. You know what I mean? Big tough guy, just looks tough. But rumors today are that, supposedly he had agreed a pre-contract agreement with Besiktas, but supposedly today, Dynamo Kiev have offered him new contract, same terms as Besiktas, and he's going to accept. So he's probably going to stay. Whatever. All right? And the last connection. And again, hope I'm pronouncing his first name right. Cenk Tosun, all right, or Cenk Tosun.
I think I've heard that name.
He's from Besiktas, yeah. All right. He's a striker. He's got 14 goals in 26 games. Supposedly, us and I'm trying to remember who else has already spoken to his agent, but this is according to Turkish media. Okay, I watched a lot on this guy. And he's a little bit more bulky than Calvert-Lewin, but he doesn't quite have the pace that he does. So, just a little more strength would give us something a little bit different than Calvert-Lewin, but he's not a massively huge guy, right? But again, I think...
So there's no point in going in for
him. Maybe not, but we'll see. I would say he's more clinical, all right? But Calvert-Lewin's clinical is getting better the longer he's playing. So, but that's all I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 transfer rumors that we have just gone through. I think there is validity to 2 or 3. That's what I'll say. All right?
Actually, I think we should go for... I'll say one transfer target I'd like us to go for, Ben Gibson.
We've been wanting... I think
player.
every Everton supporter has wanted him like since, well, about a year, maybe.
Yeah.
He's good,
No.
and he's got my last name, which is awesome. But what is he, the nephew of the owner of the team?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's got family that owns the team. So if he's going for pricey dollar amount or pricey pound amount. I don't know. Big price on his head, basically. All right? So, all right. I guess that's it. Those are our transfer rumors. If you're digging the videos, please subscribe. Nearly at 200. That would just be sweet if you could bump us up there. And only been going since late September. That's not a bad tally. All right. Also, check out Max's writing on the Toffee Blues website. Lots of stuff on there. Check out Edward's YouTube channel, Jam E James. Details are below. All right. We've got a couple more vids to make. That's all. Bye.
How'd it go?